That's what we should have been doing.
Actually, I seen a monkey just a minute ago. The really mean one.
Oh, I have a question. I
forgot the monkeys was out.
You know, he's by himself and he's got a red butt. His name's Kong and he's really, really mean.
Oh, that name's
a turtle.
He's really mean.
What type of monkey is he?
A red belt monkey?
The one goes, ooh, ooh, ooh.
That's it.
No, he's a wild rhesus macaque.
The Reese's.
We rolling. They say that's a mullet.
Eels here.
Alright, guys.
I swear I can feel myself getting high.
And those are tilapia.
Hey, is anybody gonna be back in 30 minutes?
Nah. I mean, you know.
20 minutes?
45 minutes.
That's a big.
I would swim in here.
No, it's not. It's
Let's see if Paul is still over here.
That's a guard.
That's BJ. That's a guard. That's not an alligator guard, that's for sure. But it's a guard.
He fat right
Turned up
there.
the engine. Uh-oh. That's a
He
fat.
was right here in this bush, guys. See if you can find him.
And Gong is over here.
He's kicked out of his tribe. He's by himself.
What is a group of monkeys called?
He was right here in this bush, though.
On the boat.
Do you think we'll see anyone?
He gone.
I don't know.
Eels in this grass
Is that a
anywhere.
monkey? No, is that a bird in the tree?
Yeah.
It's a bird.
Oh yeah, there is a monkey.
Where?
He was just swimming on the creek.
You seen him, guys?
Yeah, brown. There's a brown one.
They are brown.
Do they jump into the water?
They can.
They can also slip into it.
They're actually excellent swimmers.
Yeah, no, that's what I was trying to figure out if they actually liked it.
On the boat again?
Oh, cool. There's a little,
Alrighty, so good afternoon, folks, and welcome to beautiful Silver Spring State Park in the world-famous Glass Bottom Boat. My name is Captain Mike. I'm your tour guide down the Silver River this afternoon. Now, I do need to let you know that I'm licensed and certified to the Coast Guard to be your captain today. For that reason, there are a couple of safety rules to go over. First one is I have a radio right here next to me. If for some reason somebody feels ill or sick, please let me know, and I can have EMTs at dock in about 15 minutes. Also, if everybody looks above your heads, we have life vests for everybody. Children in the front, the adults are right there in the middle. Now, in over 100 years, we've never had to use these life vests, but if for some reason we have to use this today, simply reach above your heads and grab the appropriate size life vest and bring it down. Slide your head through that opening, take that black strap and wrap it around your waist and clip it. You're then going to exit off the front of the boat and make your way to shore. Now, if you're struggling and having a hard time making it to shore, do not worry and panic, folks, because once you enter that water, I'm going to go ahead and automatically dispatch an alligator rescue team to come out and help you. They will only charge you an arm and a leg.
Yeah, if the gator doesn't take it.
Now, this glass you can do with tears and happy stick glass. It is not a magnifying.
I'm fine. It's all right.
The Silver
I'm used to
River
it.
today is 72 degrees year-round. It is also 99.8% pure spring water. You can actually take a cup, dip it out inside the boat, pick it up, and drink it. Would not even harm you. Now, the very first spring that we'll be going into today is called Spring of Stars. Now, I got that name because of many actors and actresses that have filmed movies here, such as Jane Russell, James Dean, Burt Reynolds, Jerry Lewis, and of course, Johnny Weissmuller from original Tarzan. This spring is 26 feet deep. Now, what we're going to be looking for when we win this very next spring, the very first spring is going to be a gray rock down here at the White Rocky bottom. Now, I know what our photographers have told us that 26 feet is a perfect depth to film a movie in because it gives you that perspective of deeper water.
Oh, yeah, there is.
Yeah, it is deeper.
Something in it.
Mm-hmm. So you can see what's coming out right there.
I see it.
You can see as they use their fins to stabilize.
It's coming out.
Direction slowly.
26 feet down to that gray rock, yes sir.
Has anybody swum down there?
No, there's no swimming along the river.
Ah, that makes sense. Other less than your neck, you know.
What if somebody falls off the kayak?
Right there.
You're gonna get back on it.
Hurry up before an alligator gets you.
Now the next spring that we'll be going into is called the Creature Spring. Now I got that name because in 1954 they filmed the movie The Creature from the Black Lagoon in this next spring. And in 1955 they filmed Revenge of the Creature and The Creature Walks Among Us also in this very next spring. The Creature Spring is 31 feet deep.
Where?
Now what we're going to be looking for when we go this very next spring is going to be the layer that the creature lived in. It's going to be this crack in between the two rocks down there. Now by a show of hands, has anybody ever seen the movie The Creature from the Black Lagoon?
I might have.
For you guys that have never seen that, what I need you to do is when you leave the state park, make a left-hand turn. You're going to go down about an eighth of a mile. On the left-hand side, you're going to see a big building with blue in the front of it. The name of that building is called Walmart. Go inside that Walmart into the movie section and pick up a copy for about $6. Then what I need you to do is go home tonight when it's really dark, turn all the lights off in the house, and watch that movie.
Especially if you're alone.
You'll have really bad nightmares.
You'll not want to go swimming in the lagoon.
They're not even scared of the boat.
Now the next spring that we'll be going into is going to be the deepest of the springs that you see today. It is unofficially 81 feet deep. The name of this next spring is called the Abyss.
Fitting name.
Oh yeah. Now a little story about this next spring is a couple years ago we had some divers very interested in finding out how deep this spring was. They were able to make it down to 81 feet. But at certain points in time they had to take their tank off and push it in front of them because it was extremely narrow to get down inside of. They did eventually make it down to 81 feet where they reached a limestone ledge and they were not able to go down any further. They did just so happen to bring a quarter-mile long rope with them that had a weight attached to one end of it. When they reached that limestone ledge at 81 feet, they dropped that end of that rope, and folks, that weight never hit the bottom, so you really have no clue how deep that spring is that we're sliding right across the top of right now.
That could go to the core of the earth.
Now as you look down inside there, belong to the river now.
Oh my God. What?
Now if you look down inside there, you're going to see some white stuff coming up out of that hole down there. What you're in fact looking at coming out of that hole is over hundreds of thousands of years. Snail shells and limestone are being broken up the underground aquifer from the pressure and then being pushed up through the spring, giving you guys that effect right below you.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Crazy to think, no one really knows how deep this is. Just go on
Nope.
for miles.
To kind of give you an idea how deep we think that hole is, 2 weeks ago, we actually seen a red and white sign written in Chinese come floating up out of there.
You're okay. I almost thought that was real for a second. That happened. That happened.
He got you, huh?
Yeah, he really did.
Well, this is the world's biggest cave system is right here. All these are connected to it under
Yes.
Florida. So these caves could essentially come out of the other end of the earth.
World's
never know.
You
biggest,
never know.
quote unquote, official.
Now the different types of birds you might see along the river on this tour today are going to be the cormorants and the anhingas. You possibly might even see greater blue herons, little blue herons, juvenile blue herons, egrets, ibis, limpkins, moorhens, or wood ducks. Now coming up on our right hand side you're going to see an island. This is known as Bird Island. Two birds you're going to see up on top of those trees in the nest are going to be the cormorants and the anhingas. The cormorants are going to be the birds with the yellowish curved or hooked beak. The anhingas have that straight, pointy beak. Now we do also have a couple different species of turtles along the Silver River. We have 3 different types of sliders. We have red belly, orange belly, and yellow belly sliders. We also have alligator snapping turtles and soft shell turtles.
Alligators.
Do you see alligators often?
Now right here in front of us, on this log, in this next group of trees, you're going to see some of our yellow belly sliders.
I want to see a.
No, you was okay. I promise you was okay.
Would you be?
Yeah, what? Did you see monkeys in the bear spot?
We have a keypad now for a tandem hit on.
Million gallons of water coming up out of the ground each day. Now remember that number because there is a quiz at the end of the trip.
What do you do if you run a quiz?
You get to ride the boat back. You don't have to swim back. Now, get ready to come back underneath the glass in just a moment. You guys are going to see a piece of wood coming into view. The end closest to us is broken off. That is a piece of cypress wood. 8 years ago, we had some divers went down to there, brought that piece of wood up, and they took it to the University of Florida, and they did research on it. They also carbon dated it. That piece of wood carbon dates back 590 to 600 years ago. That actually belonged to the Timucuan Indian tribe. At 28 foot long, what we found out was it was a ceremonial canoe for them. Also, what we found out from the carbon dating research is what you folks are looking at right there below you is the oldest intact dugout canoe in the state of Florida. When the University of Florida found that out, they wanted to put it in a natural history museum. The state of Florida said it was already. Put it back where you got it from. After a couple months of arguing back and forth, the state finally won. The divers brought it back out of here, placed it back in the water within inches of where they originally removed it from.
You can see actually where they were the vegetation is actually stuck. I think.
Yeah, that's cool. They put it back.
It is producing 46 million gallons of water. Now they estimate this spring to be 21 feet deep, and we do have 32 different species of fish along the Silver River. We have 7 different types of bass, 2 different types of gar. We have the long-nosed gar and the spotted gar. We also have brim, shad, bluegill. We have catfish, mudfish, bowfins. We also have mullet, which are the fish you might see jumping out of the water. We have blue tilapia, which are the big blue fish you might see down there. And last but not least, we have Bacasimus, which are the algae gars.
He's swimming straight up.
Now what we're going to be looking for in this spring right here is going to be those white pebbles being pushed out from underneath the ledge down there. That is going to be the snail shells on the limestone that you guys seen being pushed up out of the bits. Now that turtle you seen swimming up, those turtles can go down there and they can hold their breath for up to 30 minutes while they're at the bottom. Pretty impressive if you ask me, holding your breath for up to 30 minutes. I can hold mine for about 2. Can everybody see the white pebbles being pushed up out of the out from underneath that ledge down there?
Yes, sir.
Now, something that is really, really cool. Now, as we go through this little run, if you guys look over here on the right-hand side, you're going to see the water. Climb up on top of something like these 2 male anhingas have done, and then spread their wings. What they've been trying to do is they're trying to get the wind to blow through there, or the sunlight to shine down on them to dry their wings out. Otherwise, they're so warm. So I went and got one of the park rangers. 2 of them went out on the boardwalk. You can hear them on the radio. The monkey's got his bike. The monkeys, there was 6 of them out there on this guy's bike, would not let the rangers have his bike. They sent an all points bulletin out from 6 monkeys riding this guy's bike around the park.
They learned how to?
I do not know if that guy got his bike back or not. But yeah, I'm like 1 feet deep. Now I got his name Mammoth Spring because when the spring opened up many moons ago, they actually found woolly mammoth remains inside of it. Those are currently on display in the State Museum on the other side of the park. That is open every Saturdays and Sundays from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. Now this spring is underneath the ledge. This ledge is 5 foot tall and 65 foot long. So what we're going to do is we're going to come in here and go right along the edge of that opening. Now in just a moment, everybody on my left hand side, what I want you to do is I want you to look underneath the gluteus maximus of everybody on the right hand side. Because they're going to be sitting right on the edge of it. Now everybody on my right hand side, guys, sorry about your luck. You should have sat on the left.
Aww.
Right there.
Do you let them know I'm not here?
Because you get to see the whole.
Alright, everybody on the left, look right underneath where everybody's sitting out on the right hand side. You guys should see that opening coming into view. That is where all that water comes out. This is where it all began, guys, right here. Flows out of here, flows all the way out to the Atlantic Ocean.
What? Yeah,
Okay, everybody on the left, can you guys see that opening down there?
Yep.
They found woolly mammoths.
Wooly, not Willy.
Woolly. They found Woolly mammoth.
Alright,
See that?
there it is. Now a little fun fact for you. 1974, ABC Worldwide Sports actually had their high dive competition right here in Mammoth Springs. The world record at the time was actually set in 1974 by a gentleman by the name of Don Colombo. He set the record when they jump off the high dive platform at 135 feet in the air, right here in the Mammoth Springs. They said when he made the jump, he only went 10 foot in the water because of all the water being pushed out from that ledge down there. Didn't allow him to go any further down.
What?
You can actually look it up on YouTube, high dive competition, Don Colombo, and watch him make that jump off the high dive right here in the Mammoth Springs.
That's pretty cool.
He literally got
Because of
strong
the
armed by the
pressure.
water.
The pressure of the spring water coming out didn't let him go down.
I
So nobody
swim
can
the
even, like,
hell out of this.
Snort or scuba dive down there anyway. Too much
If you had a
pressure.
weight belt on, I'm sure you can make it down
Oh,
there.
okay.
Now, has anybody ever seen the movie My Big Fat Greek Wedding?
Yes.
Yeah, guys, well, I'm very sorry to tell you this, but that movie was not filmed here. Glass right about
That's
now.
cool.
There's going to be these statues standing right down here at the very bottom. Now, these statues stand 7 foot tall. They're made of fiberglass. They were brought here in 1960 for that series, I Spy. They also made a special appearance in the movie Moonraker. Now, you folks will notice there are 3 of them down there. They are 3 brothers, and they represent 3 Greek gods. Who you're in fact looking at right down there below you is Zeus,
Thanos.
Poseidon, and then Hades.
and Hades. Wow.
I went through
Zeus, Poseidon, and Hades right down there below you.
Yeah, I went through a phase, my bad.
Can everybody see all 3 of them?
Yes, sir.
Anybody not able to see all 3 of them?
Can you guys three all see? Which one is
Come on,
me?
zoom.
Now, they are sitting in 30 foot of water. There was originally 12 of them for that series I Spy. They were going to remove all 12 of them after the series I Spy, but they decided to compromise and leave these 3 because they represented the 3 Greek gods.
Where were the other ones? 9.
I don't know. It was before my time.
Yeah, spring was before.
I know I look old. The advertisement in so many series are filmed right here at Silver Spring before Hollywood was a big thing.
That would be the mob's cover.
So we do have volunteer divers that come in once a month. They scrub the bottom of the boats. Otherwise, the algae would grow so thick on the bottom of the glass you would not be able to see they scrub the statues. The levia grows so thick on the statues that you cannot hardly make them out. They actually just scrubbed them about 9 days ago.
They just got a good scrubbing.
Yeah, they actually just got their bath. Anybody not able to see all 3 of them?
Nah, I think we're all good.
You
So
sure?
it's Zeus, Hades, and
So, what
Poseidon.
about that
Mom,
quiz?
which one is
What's that?
me?
What about the quiz?
I already asked. How much water's coming up out of the spring?
840 million a day.
850.
Okay.
850, he got it.
It's 850.
Ah,
I'm only 10 million off.
And that's out of all of the springs.
a
All
little
of them
under 200 springs
combined.
combined each day. 850 million gallons of water come up out of the ground each day.
Imagine catch my words every time.
Alrighty, guys, this does conclude our boat ride. Did everybody have a good time?
Yeah.
Alright, as we're getting ready to go to the boat dock here, please take a moment, look around you, make sure you collect anything you came on the boat with. Any wallets, purses, cameras, keys, any small children or significant others, make sure you take that all back with you. If you leave anything of value on the boat, check on eBay tonight, and I'll sell it back to you for twice as much as I bought it for. Now, small children and adults, significant others, you can find in the lost and found. We will keep them for 3 days. After that, we will get rid of them. Also, as we're coming to the dock here, please remain seated for me until we get pulled in here. Once we get pulled in here, get us tied off and get that ramp dropped all the way down. You folks then are free to move about. Now, guys, we do accept tips. It is voluntary. However, if you'd like to leave one, it is greatly appreciated. It's been a tradition for a little over 100 years to place any tips you'd like to leave right down there in the glass that you've been looking through.
I'm broke.
He's the comedian of the group, isn't he?
No, that would be me.
Oh
enjoy
boy,
it.
that was cute. You guys didn't bring your
I understand that though.
Guys, small bump coming up here.
I didn't bring my $3.
Oh, that's where you dock at over there with the canoes and stuff down there.
It's so clear.
Yeah.
This is worth a shot.
Yeah. You never know. Might get lucky. Find a monkey. I'll swim this boy.
Yeah, this is the one you need to swim in.
Mm-hmm.
It's not that deep. That was good.
My brother
Can't even see that.
got asking if he likes the